Hey everyone, it's your favorite CEO, Miss Flo, and I am back in the field, well, virtually, of course. Um, in light of recent events of the recent military occupation in DC, I I spoke to a veteran in the previous conversation, and now I wanted to talk to someone that's in the National Guard. Uh, for their own protection, they will be referred to as Touche. Thank you again for speaking with me today. I truly appreciate it. I just wanted to get two sides of the coin. Um, you you're born and raised in Washington D.C., and you have a better sense of the city probably compared to most of your fellow soldiers. So if you could kind of like, what was your reaction when you got the orders? Like, okay, you got to be in DC.
All right, so it was funny to me personally, and hey there, everybody. First of all, but it was funny to me personally because the DC National Guard was the first people to get deployed. We was the first people to get deployed, and it's kind of like funny for us when people be like, "How is it like to be deployed in the city?" But because like we all our missions and stuff is based in the city, so like we do a lot of like in in house, taking care and stuff like that. So for real, it was like, we got to do it. A lot of people was like, "It's not that deep, y'all. We shouldn't be doing this," but at the end of the day, we all soldiers. We gotta follow some orders.
And if for those that may not know, because some people may not have like a full understanding of what are the responsibilities of the National Guard. So, like, what is the National Guard responsible for? To say,
Okay.
like, when are they like usually called in?
All right. So the National Guard is, well, yeah. I'm gonna tell you about National Guard as a whole. The National Guard as a whole is designed to fight threats, domestic first, then foreign, or however you want to word foreign and domestic. But it's really domestic. Then we worry about what's going on overseas, if they need some more troops or not. So for the DC Guard, like Washington DC has their own National Guard. We was our actually one of the first guards too. Um, so the DC National Guard is just to simply protect the city, protect and serve the city. The same, not quite in the same way that police officers do. More so on a higher scale. Our threats we focus on is mostly like um, terrorists or out of control riots, stuff like that. Or if a mercenary band, just like how the truckers was like, yeah, we're gonna come to DC and make endless traffic for everybody in DC. Like, no, that's disturbing the peace on a major scale. So we, went out ourselves to make sure that we, use our vehicles to block their vehicles from blocking everybody else's vehicles. Stuff like that. We don't do no, oh, we gonna get called on when it's time to lock people up. Nah, we don't want that for real. We want everybody to enjoy the city, to be able to live here, feel safe here, and not have to worry about foreign threats coming here, right? So it's really this right here is really like kind of crazy because it's like, yeah, this is kind of why we was like made, but it's like, dang, we wasn't made for like this particular, like just because you feel like the crime is high isn't, you know.
It's not a legitimate excuse.
And
It's a bit of overreach.
you feel me? Like, no, I got it.
Because
It's just one of them.
right, because growing up in DC, gun violence has been an issue, but
Of course,
you know what I mean. But I would say I walk to work every day,
right.
constantly, commute. Like whether I'm taking the metro or Uber, like I move around the city pretty often, and a lot of times by myself. I never, felt really scared to go anywhere per se. And then when I'm looking at, there was like a post saying like where the National Guard has been, and I've seen them at Eastern Market. I seen
Hmm.
them at Stadium Army. I seen them at Union Market, and I'm just like, are y'all bored? Because like I saw them. I went to Sephora for like Easter market to get a few things, and I was like, they were just in the station, like a couple by where you pay your fare in the gate, and then some on the platform. I'm just like, and I feel so bad for them because one, I don't want them to get any negative energy or blowback because it's not their fault that they're there. They're just, I mean, I'm pretty sure this is not what they signed up for. So I was kind of very much worried about uh some reaction that they may get by passerbys. Like, how has it been for you? Like, how have people been treating you, seeing you at your post?
For me personally, and I can speak for me and my team. For me and my team, personally, we have got a lot of mixed reactions. Right? It's been people saying, "Go home, y'all don't belong here, free our city, y'all messing up our city," stuff like that. And it's like me as a DC guardsman is just looking like, okay, you want me to go home? So I gotta go up the
Technically, you
street.
are home.
like like my house is up the street. I wish I could go home. Like, why are you saying this to me?
Yeah.
I'm just here, doing my job, and like I like we're not really out here trying to, do too much, but for us being on like the different checkpoints and posts around the city, it's more so like a show of like when the National Guard usually come out, right? If you'd ever noticed during the 4th of July, for example, is National Guardsmen at almost every station, right? And it's not because, oh, we fear for this, that, and that, and that. It's to show like, hey, y'all, we all coming outside celebrating together. We want more people to come outside. So us being out there usually make people feel more safe. You feel me? Make them feel more at ease than having the police officers kind of like right there. People get very, very nervous. When we're not getting cussed out is nothing but love from like the people in the city, especially the people from the city that understand what the DC Guard has done in the past and what we really do. Like we right now is just trying to make sure like everybody's having is okay. Like you're safe as long as you can walk home safe. Yeah, we might not be in Southeast or well, I can't say that because I don't know about y'all, but as long as y'all feel as though we should be more in, but like that's not up to us. We trying to figure out this stuff the same way y'all trying to figure out this stuff. Usually we just make so like we just basically outside to make sure that y'all feel safe and protected. And as you seen the DC guardsmen outside picking up trash, helping out take care of the monuments and stuff like that, it's to show like, hey y'all, we're not here to be the jerks in your life. We're here to make sure that you're okay. You could safely run across this grass without trash or glass or something else messing with you or something like that. You feel me?
Yeah, it seems like because of the president, um, it sounds like your unit, the National Guardsmen, had to put in extra effort to kind of basically make the people feel at ease. Something that you definitely didn't have to really worry about that before,
Right.
because it's usually more like in a space of unity and like a symbol of safety. And now that in the current context and this weird timeline that we're in, it's like you're being perceived as excessive use of force. And like, how does that make you feel? Because you've been always the type of person that will look out for others, you know what I mean? And that was like part of the reason why you joined. You saw an
It kind of makes
opportunity to you know just you saw like a way to amplify your morality, if that's the best way like I could put it.
yeah. So it makes and it's not just me. I can talk about. I think I could talk for almost every soldier when I say this, especially every DC Guardsman when I say this. It makes us feel kind of like terrible. Like um the other day, right? We was referenced into we somebody referenced us to make us more. How can I? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My words ain't wording right. But somebody basically put us in the same light as the SSS. You know what the SSS is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the Nazi police thing.
Hmm.
And I was like, yo, that's not the case. Like, I see it, for those who don't know and stuff like that, for those who don't stay in the loop of what's going on and stuff like that, it may seem like, all this extra stuff because you're listening to everybody on social media. But, like, it's not that. Like, we're not out there to harm nobody or press an issue. We're here to show unity, like you said. Like our whole purpose is to bring the city together to make sure that the city know that we're standing with you. We're out here being strong with you. Like we got lives, we got jobs, we got families, we got stuff that dreams and like aspirations of ourselves as human beings, and like to be called like essentially a tyrant, like constantly, and you're over here freaking band-aiding people, giving out water to people that's hot, too hot, making sure like every time somebody walk past, hey, are you okay? Actively checking on people and not just checking on them because it's like, oh, it's your job. Like no, checking on them, holding a conversation, showing nothing but love, and you're just being called a tyrant. It's very disheartening. I know some soldiers that's like now when at the beginning of this came on smiling, we at work, but we gonna make the best of it to this need to hurry up and get over because I keep getting cussed out. As a person, you're not about to keep taking trash treatment. Like
There's a breaking point. It
it's a
does like
breaking point.
yeah, it affects your mental health, and that was my biggest concern because I know a few former students that have enlisted, and I'm like this wasn't what they signed up for. But when you were first enlisted, like after having a conversation with a veteran at Union Station, you know, they weren't just there just to like the protest. They were there to provide resources for veterans and current soldiers. Were you ever, when you enlisted, were you educated on your rights? Like, if you ever received orders that you would consider unlawful or immoral, like, do you know your rights or like what to
So
do?
I love you that you asked this question. I really do love that you asked that question because yes, right. As a soldier, if a order is unethical, unjust, and plain old just not right, you do have lawful authority to disobey that order and to report it. Understand that, like, never going to see, and that's why another thing when it comes to this and like our leaders, like I'm so grateful that I have very strong officers and non-commissioned officers out there with us because if they was weak-minded and stuff like that and our job is to protect each other and they go off and you know how that could go real bad because somebody having me like I
Mhm.
ain't going I ain't trying, yeah, but you feel me, but like yes, if I was to give the order to wrongfully arrest a child or something, I'm not doing that. Like I will look at my commanding non-commissioned officer or officer and tell them no, and walk off and go to our higher up, and we could keep going high and high and high until we reach to that boardroom where it don't matter who you are, it matter what you did, and nobody wants to go there because that's when careers get ruined, people go to jail, and changes and like I ain't gonna say changes but like a lot of looking starting to happen because once you get that eternal, like I don't understand why did that person order that if they knew that was wrong. So now I gotta go question that person leadership because why the heck you put this person in charge of this if you knew they was like that,
Right.
it's all about competency and like picking your leaders. That's why I say again, like I'm grateful for all the leaders that's out there. If y'all listening to this, man, keep up the good work, hold strong. It is what it is.
Yeah. So it's to give some comfort to the public. It's like, if Trump were to give some insane radical order, it's probably safe to say that, depending on the morality of the soldier and their awareness, they probably won't enact it. Like there's some safeguards in place to
So
ensure that
yeah. So it's a lot of contingencies and safeguards, especially when you're talking about orders coming down and going up, right? When something is illegal, unjust, or unethical, right? You are down. You as the soldier, may you be the soldier receiving the orders, even if the orders come from the freaking general of the commanding general of all of the army, or the commanding general of the navy, whoever, right? That person could say, "Hey, y'all, I want everybody to sweep through and kick down all the doors and check papers one by no." That commander, that that brigade commander, that division commander that's under that general could say, "No, this is unjust, and if we're gonna take this whatever route we gotta take this to, because you now doing something that's not um expected, nor is in the parameters of being a military leader." Because now you're saying some outrageous stuff. Like, yo, I can't tell my soldier, "Hey, go beat up that guy." My soldier got all right to say, "You're tripping, sir. I'm about to go report this."
mm,
And uh, what I could do? What I'm gonna do? The only way to stop it, you can never really stop it. Because just like, other examples people have, like, uh, some based, okay, like there's been like stories of people getting, in more trouble before they go report something, but it always get rectified. Like, you feel me? You always get rectified. It's not, y'all don't gotta worry about nobody saying some craziness to y'all or doing nothing crazy to y'all that's unjust, basically.
mm. Okay, so that puts me a little bit more at ease because I think everybody was just kind of like freak. I would say like freaking out. It's just kind of just like what is this? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially when it comes with like dealing with. We always dealt with the issues of like the unhoused and but the way that everything is going about is just unnecessary. If the budgets weren't cut and people weren't laid off, you know things would kind of be better. But the I think everybody is on the same page. Like brute force and military power isn't the answer. And I'm glad that you gave like a better example of an actual domestic threat as opposed to like what we're like this isn't it. How did you think the mayor is kind of like handling everything?
Um, personally, because of my hours, I haven't really been that too deep and dived into what the mayor has been doing. Um, I mainly, but what I have heard from different people I've talked to, and what I've seen, just even from like the fellow police officers that's out there, you feel me?
Hmm.
Everybody's like, we talk amongst ourselves. We're not allowed to talk about our a true opinion about stuff, especially
Hmm.
when we're actively doing it.
Hmm.
But I will say this: we feel as though like all this, if the claim is unsafety and stuff like that, as a mayor, as the person that's supposed to be running the city, like usually when we get requests and stuff, it's coming from the police commissioner and the mayor, like, "Hey, we need some extra hands to help with this little thing," and blah blah blah. And
Hmm.
it's like, okay, cool. She needs to be in his face. I feel as though put more pressure. If you feel as though your city is getting took from you and stuff like that, that's like rule number one. Like, if somebody take your candy, you're gonna fight for your candy back, right?
It is Chocolate City, so fair.
Exactly. So I'm just saying, if you see those who's fighting for the city and see those who's not, I haven't heard Mayor
About
Browser. Yeah, I haven't heard her name in that conversation not once.
mm,
I'm gonna say that.
oh,
I
all
haven't
right,
heard her name pop up.
fair. All right. Well, again, thank you for speaking with me today. I just want you to be safe out there, and I'm very much proud of you.
Thank you, and y'all, please stop telling us to go on. We live up the street. We live up the street, like literally, we live up the street, man. Stop telling us to go home. You could be
Mm,
mad at us. It's okay. We still love y'all.
mm. All right. Take care.
All right.